Um, Hello, good evening, guys. And it's been a while, and I'm really sorry I've not been able to stream, in a while to complete this project. I've been busy, kind of. I've been busy with work and all that, but I'm back now, and I'm willing to I'm ready to finish up this Habitus Townhomes, just to finish that. Then maybe we can move on to other things. So the way I do it usually, so I've completed the project, in my free time, just in free times I had. I completed the project, and this is the rendered image I made from the scene. So I'll show the 3dsmax file now, and I believe we've done to some extent. I think we just need to texture the road and texture the adjoining buildings as well, and then post production if time permits. So I have two max files here. This is the one we were working with, the one we, as you can see, we still have the texture of the road and the buildings right here, like I said. And this is the max file for the completed project. You guys might be wondering all this lights that you see floating around in the scene. I'll explain why I have it there, or I came to add them to the scene to make up for some of the lighting, some of the lighting that we couldn't get with the sun and sky system we are using. As you can see, we have this large rectangular light around there, but do not worry, it's just one of those things you do to come up with a perfect lighting condition sometimes. So let me just open. I'll have to, because it's been long. I um did the render out and stuff. So in a way I might have forgotten some of the things I added in, but then I will have to switch between the two scenes regularly, just to show you guys what's happening. So let me open this up. Now the first thing I want to do is to texture the road. And on for the road texture, it's a very simple texture I created for the road. It's not hard at all. It's just a basic material. I'm going to load in the material library I created for that, and then in a way probably explain what I did. So let me bring that up. Okay. I thought I saved the road material, so let me check this again. Because if there's something I do not want to do, I do not want to make this stream longer than it should. We are near to the end of the whole thing, so it shouldn't take so long to get done. And honestly, that's something I have trouble with right now. Because in a way, I understand that when the stream becomes too long, it's hard for people to follow up or complete the whole scene, complete the whole video. So I'm thinking of ways that I can use. I'm thinking of ways that I can use to make these scenes as short as possible. Yeah, as short as possible. So let's see. I'm thinking on the next streams, maybe there's something I'll be able to do. You know, I tried in a way. I tried creating. Let me close this. I'll reload this. Okay, cool. Now we have the road texture here, and like I said, it's a very simple material setup. So we just have the diffuse. Let me show you the diffuse there. See, here's how the diffuse looks. I think one of the reasons why I could probably get away with this simple setup is because we do not have a wide stretch of road. It's just a small portion of the road that we are seeing right here. So in a way, this texture is just totally okay for it. So we have the texture in the diffuse map, one in the reflection color and one in the reflection glossiness and bump as usual. Um, I do not think this kind of setup is new to anyone, or anyone who has been using 3dsmax for a while or creating materials in 3dsmax. So we're just going to apply that on the road. Let me show you. Yeah, I hope you guys won't really mind the stretch or the look of the whole scene right now. Like I said, when I was modeling this, because I tried doing the photo mesh, with the real image to get the scene, but then I encountered some error, when modeling. That's why you see this building right here looking so long, and the road is looking so long. I still have issues matching images in perspective. I still have issues with that. I have watched countless tutorials, trying to understand or try to get how it really works, but then I don't know. It never works for me. What I'm seeing in the tutorial and what I'm able to get out doesn't match up. It never matches up. I do not know. I don't know why that is. But okay. 2000 by 6000. Okay. That's the same value I'm using for the other project, and it's not coming out the way it should. Okay, I'm just going to map this out manually. Move this way, like so. No, let me delete this first and create a new UW map. The way I want to do it, I'm moving this so that in a way we have this lighter part of the bitmap on that edge right there. It's going to help us feel like I have this feeling of it's going to help us have this feeling as if the edge, that area where the curb and the road meets, it's usually lighter because that's where the dust accumulates and stuff. It's not as black as the middle of the road right there. Okay, I do not know what the hell is going on in the chat right now. I don't know, maybe I'm being hacked or something, but what the hell? Okay, I'm just going to continue on the lesson. So, well, like I said, the road texture is nothing special, and the same for the rest of the objects in the scene. For the main building, I just have the same material I used for the wall here. I'm just going to sample that and apply it to those other places. Let's texture of this wood as well. Let me see, what do I have working for that area? Okay, this is just a simple gray material. That's what I have for that wood over there. So I'm just going to, my max is lagging as well, probably because I have two max two max files open and I'm streaming on top of that. So I'm going to create a new material. Not copying. Let's see. I'm just going to make do with something along this area. One of it. What do we have? It's looking a tad bit blue, yeah, something like that. So I'll apply that. Then honestly, I think it's just an issue when it comes to modeling, especially since we are trying to do a photo match, like I said earlier on. Yeah, I totally knew it. What I'm modeling is not the right proportion of things, right? But so long it works for this camera view, understand? So long it works for this camera view, so I just rub it up, just did it by, and it's not like we have the floor plans or dimensions to work with. Let's see. Black and then glass there. Copy this out. Yes, this one is just supposed to be black material with very little reflection, if any at all. We have a brown door in the scene right there. So that's what I'm trying to get. And just going to texture the building behind as well. I think I use this. Yes, this is what I use for that one as well. Then there's one thing I did as well. I don't know. Okay, let me pull up the Let me pull up the image we are working on. And pull up the real image, the one we are trying to work on. Okay, so this is the real image we will do, the reference we are trying to work with. And as you can see, the trees used, or the trees in the scene, is totally different from what we have. So I had to improvise, I had to improvise by I had to cut off one of the branches of the trees there and just place that down there. So this is what I did. I think this is what I did. Just come here. Then instead of using the box selection, I think I use this, and then like that. So after I was done, I just detach, then detach as clone right there, because I want to create a new object from it. So detach as clone is what I need. As you can see, we still have that object right there with no issues. So I rotated, try to get the whole branch in place. Nope. Let's get this out a bit. Looking too big. Like I said, it's something. It's a make believe. You just have to make it look like it. So long we are not getting a close-up render of this area, we can get away, with this. And I did something here as well. I'm just going to copy that. I do not want to go into the whole. I think this texture was from Megascan's Bridge, and then I just have this little curve around it, something like that. Yeah, and we definitely move this a bit. I think that's what's happening there. Yeah. Now for the light, as I explained, I found out that when I was rendering, when I made the first test render, you know, this is the final scene I used. When I made the first test render, this area right here was totally dark. As you can see, on the real image you still have some light around there, but it was totally dark. Probably maybe because of how we rendered it out or whatever. So I just had to improvise. We can't move too many things around, because once you start moving things around, it starts affecting some of the other elements in the scene. So what I did was, I'm going to use the file. what I did was I created rectangular light. You can see it's the intensity is so low, just for then the temperature I left it at 6.5. The reason why I'm leaving it at 6.5 is because I do not want to have any issue of light. If we have some sort of temperature on that, it's going to make this area look pretty different. So 6.5 is perfect. And if you notice around here, I have one object included. Now, what object I'm including, what I mean by that is um, it means this light right here only affects one object in the scene. Um, on this tab, on this non-physical properties tab in the light or under your light modifier settings, the default you find there is exclude. Right, like when I click this, exclude. That's the default you find there. Okay, let me just let me clear that. Okay, this is the default you find when you create a light in the scene and you are trying to probably include or exclude some objects. Now, what it means is any object I'm adding under this exclude tab, it means um, the light will affect every other place or every other object in the scene except only the objects we are excluding. You understand? But then in this case, I just wanted the light to affect just this pavement right here. Now it's going to be a bore if I start excluding every other object in the scene. So instead of going through all that trouble, I can easily click on the light. Instead of exclude, I have changed this to include. Now with include, it means the light will only affect the object I'm placing under the include tab. So this stuff works in a variety of ways. It can help you. Let's say you're doing an interior scene and maybe one part of your furniture, that area is not being lit up. You can add in a light there to just simulate. The intensity does not have to be much, just a little bit to bring some light around that area. You can do it that way. Then just go to the non-physical properties and include the furniture or the object under the include tab, and that's all. You do not have to worry because in a way, um, I don't know if you guys have been or anyone who is conversant with photography or the way photographers work when lighting models up or when they have to take pictures of a place. They have these light fillers. I think that's what they call it, light fillers or something, where they place around the object, to provide light, to bring in light, um, to properly lighten the model. So that's the same thing that's happening in this area. As for this other lights we are seeing right here, no, it's not clicking. Okay, let's just give it some time. Okay, yeah. For the other lights we are seeing here, it's the same thing I did. Even though on this light, the value, the intensity is quite much. And let me see, what object am I putting as include? Okay, so when I was lighting the model or when I was doing test renders, um, the value or the intensity of the sun that's hitting this tree right here was not enough. It was not giving me the effect I needed. The kind of as you can see, we have this rich yellow light hitting this tree right here. So I had to improvise by doing that. So right now the sun is not the this light you're seeing on this tree right here was not created solely by the sun. Yeah, the sun was hitting it, but then it wasn't enough. Now, if I were to increase the value of the sun, I risk I risk having too much light on this tree, too much on this as well, and probably the building. So instead of doing that, I just improvise by placing the light in front of that, and then having the tree as the only include object. Like I said, it just works perfectly for those kind of scenarios. You can see tree summer, that's the tree idea. So it just works perfectly because now I'm able to lighten up this tree and have this seamless look. So you can see anyone seeing this image would just think, oh, the sun is the one hitting the whole scene this way. But then I had to improvise. I had to work with some things to be able to get this out. Then some other things I added to this scene to achieve. You can see I have this come on, let me show you what that is. Okay, this one right here, it's a light plane, and not a light plane. Sorry, it's just a plane with it's free black and white mapped on it just to simulate diffuse light, to give some more shadows to the walls. And then if you notice on this area, I have this plane as well. Let me see what was that I did with this. Okay, so for this one, I used it for the shadows on the floor. You can see yeah, same thing as well. This area was too light, was too light, and it was not giving me what I needed to see, like we had it on the original image. So I had to place a plane. But then after placing the plane, I had to find a way to let some light bleed through. So what I did was I created the plane, and then by using the gradient map attached to the opacity color, I'm able to create this system whereby we still have some light filtering through this area, because with the way gradients and or the way black and white maps and opacity works is that any part of the map or any part of the bitmap or gradients or whatever you are using that is tending towards black gets cut off, and any part that is white stays. Let me show you the material so that you see what I'm saying. As you can see, I don't know. Let me see. Let me just see if I can. Let me just tweak it a little bit so that you guys can really understand what I mean. You're going to click that, and you can see I just have a black, white and black. Yeah, right there. Now, if you guys notice this area well, you would see that okay, this thing is acting up a bit, but totally what I'm trying to show you guys is the area where you see the black right here. Now, as you can see there, the top starts fading up starts fading off. It's because we have these gradients from grayscale to total black. I'm pretty sure at the areas where you find total black, that area will be totally cut off. So that is what I did for that. I just used that to create a kind of how do I put it, a kind of cut off at the edge. So it means some lights some light is going to pass through this area and some light is going to pass through this area, but then this area at the middle will totally be obscured or shielded away from the lights. So, and that is all I did on this scene. So I'll like to take you guys on the Photoshop layer right now. I don't think I let me show you the passes I rendered out. These are the passes I rendered out for the project. Okay, just the reflection map, the wire color, and the text map, and then the beauty pass. These other passes right here were, I'm sorry, these other passes right here were just color how do I explain it? Render region pass render regions I made for the project. As you can see, tree roots. I did not have the tree roots originally, and I had to add that in Photoshop. So I'm going to close the max files right now. I'm just going to close the max files right now and then open the Photoshop layer so that we can get on that part. Just going to wait for that to open up. Just wait for Photoshop to start loading, and then so the first thing I did was bring in the beauty pass. Oh, okay. Sorry. When I was sending this, I had the intention of changing the sky image myself. You know, the skies I put in the render was not what I wanted at all. So I saved it out as OpenEXR so that this option can come in and I can have the background cut off perfectly. Now, if you notice, I'm going to bring in the same image in, but with transparency, with the alpha channel on. So I want to try and show you guys something. Okay, so this was how I rendered the image out from Corona, right? This is the raw rendered image. As you can see, we pretty much have most of the things we need there. Now, the reason why I rendered it out with a black background is because when you use, like I think I've showed this in the previous live stream, under render settings where you see the diffuse, the environment override, the diffuse, reflection, and diffraction override. You will, if you put a black color, total black color under your diffuse and you render it out, and then sorry, and render it out with the with the black background. You save the file as an OpenEXR format, and then when you bring it in, you have the option to take out the sky to take out the background of. Now when you do that, it helps you with very clean cuts. This is what I what I mean. So let me bring in a sky background. Bring this in. I'm just going to scale this out like so. Now when I place this behind like that, now if I zoom in, you guys will notice we have this clean cutout around this area, right? Now it's because we in the render setup, in the render settings, we have that black right there. This I actually got the idea from a video. Hey Folashade Tosin, thanks for coming on the live stream. I got the idea from one tutorial like that I saw, and because I've always had this issue whereby I render out the I bring out my render, and then when I try replacing the background of that render with another image, so when I try replacing the background with I have this white edges in my trees, in my model. I don't know if any of you guys have encountered this, but this is how you fix it. You just place the black color in the diffuse slot under render setup. Yeah, you find it under environment override and diffuse. So when you get there, just place a black color in that color box right there. So when you do that, you have this clean cutout. So after that, what I just did was increase the brightness of the skies so that I would the sky is bright now, but then the saturation is off. Just going to try and handle this saturation a bit like so. Yeah, one other thing I need to tell you guys, especially when working with OpenEXR, Photoshop is unable to work with OpenEXR fully. I think only Lightroom has the capability to work with for the OpenEXR. OpenEXR is a 32-bit format of image. So what you want to do when you are working with, as you can see, some of these options are not available, such as the vibrance, color balance, black and white, and so now to have those options back, what you need to do is go to image mode and 16-bit channel. Then it asks you just say don't merge. So we have that like so. Let me see. Okay, now I'll show you guys what those these other passes were for. So Habitus Townhomes, the tutorials, and I bring that in and add as transparency. I don't know if you guys noticed that. That's the tree roots right there. I forgot to render it out when I was doing the render of when I was doing the final render. I forgot to render that out. So what I just did was add that in, then place a render region around that area. No, instead of render region, I I selected the tree roots and the tree root I wanted to render. I selected that, and then I just said render only selected. You find this option as well in the render setup under what to render or view to render. You see it there. I think the default option you find there is none, so you just select viewport selection. It means whatever you select in the viewport is the only thing that is going to get rendered. And I think the rest was just let me open up the real PSD file. Okay, so this is the PSD file I created. As you can see here, I have the wire color. Now this wire color is just perfect for quick selection. So it's perfect for quick selection, and this how I use it. So let's say, for example, I want to change. I want to do something to the glasses, to the glass of the buildings. So what I just do is select, go to color range. Make sure the wire color is selected as well, because it won't work if you have any other layer selected instead of the wire color, the one you are trying to sample. So you get this brush, so you just click on that. As you can see, now it's going to select every object in the scene with that same color. Now that's why one thing you have to do is to be careful with your wire color mask. It's during the time when you are modeling or something, you are going to in a way know, okay, this is glass, this is wall. So now when you do test renders with the wire color, make sure that every object or group of objects have their own distinct color. But then, should in case when you sample like this, it's selecting some other objects you have no need for, you can always take any of these brushes and then deselect that part alone. So you can see now I just have the windows selected alone. Now I can make any adjustments I want. With this selection active, I can, if I want to increase the brightness, I can select that and increase just the brightness alone, like so. So it really goes a long way. Wire color. So for most of my projects, I render out a wire color parts for most of my projects. Okay. Yeah, the text map is just to get some. Let me show you what the text map is for. This text map. You won't really see much. It's because of the radius I'm using for text map, but it's just to help you get your angles. It helps you define your angles more. You can see when you render it out, you are going to get a predominantly white image with just black lines like this. So what you just need to do is put that on multiply. Put that on multiply like so. Okay, let me zoom in so you guys can. It helps you with your shadows more, or contact areas. Let me put it that way. Contact areas. It helps you define them more. The radius I used when I was creating the AO map for the text map was not much, so you might not really see what it is really doing. But trust me, it works. It does some things to your render. Especially if you are rendering, let's say, interiors, and then because Corona render has this habit of not rendering. If you are rendering, let's say, an interior scene, and In a way, you are hoping to have lines on the hedges or where walls meet in your end. You probably won't get it. You probably won't get it with Corona. You probably won't get it. Let me see. Let me see one of the projects I worked on. Maybe I can use that to explain. Okay. You guys can notice this little black line around here, right? Now, with Corona render, if you do not have a Corona text map to add in post production, you probably won't get this this black line going to like that. You probably won't get it. So you just have to create it sometimes, to help with your project. So that is what I did for that. That's what I used the text map for. And I think I just made some color corrections, to the trees. It's just the same way I showed you guys. Use the wire color, select the tree, and then when I select the tree, I just make some corrections on that. And then yeah, totally that's how I got to do this image. Now I wouldn't like to promise, but in a way I'm already working on the second scene for this project. I am really hoping I have the time and I don't get hooked up with commissions. I really hope I have the time to work on it. So this is the second scene we are working on for the project. It's still the same Habitus Townhomes. I think this is another part of the view. So this is another view of the project. So I'm mostly done with the modeling. So that once I'm done, I will find time. Now the problem I'm having is probably maybe to do a live stream or to just do a time lapse of the whole process. I think I'll do a time lapse of the whole process. Now, if any of you watched the time lapse video and you probably have questions, do not hesitate to reach out. I'm willing to show you or tell you guys what it is I did where or anything. So this is the model for the second scene, and I'm already, as you can see, I'm almost done with it. Added the background, so we just have to finish up with the ground floor. And see, we still have to add in some details stuff. So once we add that in, I think I'll just go with the time lapse. Because I do not want to keep taking so long with one project and not finishing it up, something like that. So I'm just going to do a time lapse and we'll call it a day on this project, and then I'll be on my social media pages. I will be showing the interior views as well. We have some interior views to show on this project. This interior view, I'm going to try as much as I can to get this kind of quality out. This. The reason why I'm actually, some may ask, like, why are you creating this and stuff, is I'm trying as much as possible to get close to what we can see in reality, because these images were taken by a photograph. It's not, we're taken by a camera. It's not a rendered image we are trying to recreate. It's a real life situation. You understand? No, so I believe if we are able to work on it and get something close to perfection, right, our skills is going to improve. You understand? And perhaps possibly get bigger gigs someday. um I think I will be ending this stream right now. As I said, it's not going to take long today, um, so that it wouldn't be a bore, to you guys about just rambling on and on about the whole process. So, if you have any questions, like I do say, if you have any questions, if you have any parts you are not being clear about what I did or what goes where, do not hesitate to add a comment to this video, or my Discord. My Discord channel is right there in the description. You can reach me through my website as well. Then yeah, I'm on Behance. You can reach me on Behance. Then Twitter. So reach me anywhere, and I'll be happy to help with the explanation on any parts you guys do not understand. So I have to say thanks for coming on the live stream, guys. It really means a lot. Actually, I'm thinking of working on a new time times or new timetable for the live streams. I don't know. I'm really hoping I'll be able to continue that. I'm thinking Mondays and Saturdays. So help me God. I really hope I'm able to meet up and be able to live stream Mondays and Saturdays. So let's see. Maybe by Saturday, a time-lapse video of the second scene. The lighting and texturing will be up on Saturday. I really hope you guys like it and maybe learn something from it. So have a good day ahead. Good night. Bye.